So I'm documenting my dahlia journey, although I didn't hit record for the whole process. But I noticed the other day and today that my dahlias, the leaves were like folded. Like, okay, here's a example. I don't know if that's supposed to be happening. Like, so I said, well, I haven't fertilized. Let me give them some fish emulsion. But then I decided to just pull the whole tuber up. And what I discovered is that the tuber was smushy, and not all of them, but a few of them. And so I believe I overwatered. As a matter of fact, I know I did, because this soil right here is where one of them came. Some of the soil, because I have two and I had them in two different containers. I had two in this container, which is this one, which actually was producing, as you can see, but I overwatered, so this leaf died. Now, I don't know if it's going to come back. I don't know if it has more eyes and it's going to push more through. So what I did was I took them all out of the pots. They were in this pot and this pot. This right here, I replanted this big one right here, but I said maybe the container's too big. So this is new soil. But what I did was I went ahead and potted up in a smaller container. And then the one that was in here, smaller container. So whatever containers they were in, I just separated them. And so I now have this tray with some water and some fish emulsion, and I didn't put a lot in here, but I'm trying to fertilize them, and hopefully tomorrow I'm going to see a difference in these dahlias. Like I said, I was surprised to see that this one actually had shoots, but unfortunately they're dead. But I'm gonna give this one a chance. The other ones have not produced anything, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll stick this clip in one of my videos, but this is my dahlia journey that I've been on. This one looks really good though, but it did have some bulbs that were rotted. And if you overwater, of course, the bulbs will rot. And so I took all the rotted bulbs off. I cleaned the soil, the wet soil off of them, and I repotted them with fresh soil. And that's why I'm giving them water, because it's fresh soil. It has no water, and I wanted to fertilize and see if that helps. So I'll take a peek in and check on them tomorrow. We'll see where we're at. Talk to you later, sunshines. So here are the other tubers that I have. If you all remember, I stuck them in this bucket right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move them over here. They're not doing anything, producing anything. This one does have a lot of roots, like they're producing roots. These ones are nice and solid, but I don't know if they're going to actually do anything. Like I don't know everything about dahlias. I don't know nothing about dahlias. How about that? So I'm gonna put this one by itself, and this is gonna save me some space and soil, because do you see how big I have how big these containers were that I had them in? And so I need all the space I can get. So I'm gonna put this one by itself, and then I'm gonna take these three and just stick them in one of these small containers by themselves, and then give them about another week. And if they don't do anything, pull them out, trash them, and make more space for other things that are actually growing. That's the plan. I came back, sunshine. Well, this is gonna go into one of those videos. I'll clip it somewhere. Help! This video is so random if it even goes up, but this is what happens. Like, I come home and I just look at the plants and just see all the things that needs to be done. This tray is, I'm finally fertilizing, guys. So this tray is full of fertilizer with my poppies and my bunch and onions. I looked under, and do you see how dry this is? I just up-potted these. I didn't do it on camera, but and they're dry. And then my asters, they all didn't germinate, and so the empty trays, I already sowed new seeds. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take these seedlings out, up-pot them in these cups, instead of putting new name tags for them all. Sometimes I use tape, as you can see here. I'm going to take this blue tape, I'm going to write aster, and I'm going to up-pot these ones, and then the other cell trays, the other cells, once I empty them, I'm going to sow some more seeds, humidity dome. I'm gonna, you know, there is the green, what do you call it? I guess, yeah, water, from the water. There is the green stuff up there. You can use cinnamon, but I'm just gonna sow the seeds in. It should be fine. Anyways, that's the next thing I'm doing. It's always something to do. Get it done when you can. Oh, and I also picked up another bag of, like I said, of the Kellogg mix, potted mix. So I'm using this to do everything that I'm doing tonight. Whatever I see needs to be done. Tape, right, aster, soil. And I love this little tool that came with one of my seed trays. I didn't think I would like it, but in order to get the seedlings out, it really does, sorry, my hands are ashy, just water. It really does a great job. It really does a great job of helping you to just go down and lift the whole thing up. And there you go. Oh, did I show you all? Did y'all get that? Let me put it back down. So you just stick this down and you just raise up the whole seedling and then stick it right inside the new soil. It's as simple as that. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I would need this tool, but it's coming in handy big time. So let me demonstrate what I mean quickly. Aster. There we go. Trying to be quick. Then we're just going to take this out and we just pop it in here. Just pop it right in. And there you have transplanted aster. Don't mind my hand right there. I'll probably put a little bit more soil over it, and that's it. Now we're gonna just go ahead, put a little soil in the seed cell, wherever the cell, and pop in a seed. That's it. Bye. So I got out of this tray 8 little aster seedlings. I have them sitting in this little plastic tray soaking up some water. I already sowed all the aster seeds, so I'm gonna take this and put plastic on top and put it on the shelf. Y'all, I have taken this out, cleaned up, and put it back so many times, and then look and find something else I need to do. Let me show you all something I sold the other day that I forgot about, and they're so pretty. Let me grab them. So the other day we did marigolds, and I thought that I sold all my marigolds until this video is so random, and I hope y'all can hear me because I'm not mic'd up. None of the things, right? Where did I put that packet? Did I put it in here? These are all the things that need to get started. Oh my goodness. I gotta find it. It's so pretty. Right here, boom. So I thought I sold all the marigold seeds the other day. We went through the marigold seeds, and then, boom, I found this. Isn't this super pretty? So yeah, so I have them over there underneath the grow lights over there. And so I can't wait for them to germinate, but now we have three different marigolds. These are pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna say bye because I don't know if I'm gonna come back. So here we go. So these are those marigolds, and I would just peek it in. I don't see any germination, so we'll leave them alone. But I do have germination for something else I showed you all the other day. The impatiens. Let me uncover them for a second. We have germination with the impatiens, so we should have more impatiens. Okay. And also, look at our hosta. They're open. open it up. And they're definitely not the blue that I wanted. Okay, let me stare over here again and see what else needs care. A pot in, just stare at it. I think that the dahlias, no, then we'll see. Hopefully they perk up. Okay, so the next thing that needed some attention were these herb trays. And so this one has the different types of parsley. This one has thyme and oregano, and it looks like that because I watered them today. These keep drying out as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these pots, and I'm not singling these out. Like, I'm not taking one seedling and potting up. These are gonna be potted up in groups. And I know in this tray I put different types of parsley, and I'm okay with that. But I'm going to section this off maybe in 5, maybe I'll use like 5 cups for this. But the interesting thing is, like, now that I'm looking, do you see those little seedlings? So maybe they're still more germinated. Maybe I should wait on this. I don't know. They just seem to be struggling a little bit. So that's why I was going to go ahead and up pot them. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do a couple and take those out and then still leave the tray. So like go on this side, because this side has less germination, so maybe there's still stuff to germinate on this side, more seedlings or seeds to germinate on this side, but this side is pretty full. So that's what I'll do. I'll probably break this area off in like 3 sections, and then I'm gonna do the same thing over here, and then I'll come back. So we ended up with 10, I think it's 10 pots of parsley. Remember, there were 3 different types of parsley in there, 2 oregano containers and 3 thymes, I believe. We'll see if this works. Have I ever done it like this before? No, but I am not picking out each individual seedling here, because I typically just put them in a pot or put them in one section in the garden. But now I can put these in different sections. I think they'll be fine overall. These containers I got these from the Dollar Tree. They're okay. I will say, like, they're a little flimsy. And the other thing about them, I noticed that when I bottom water, because I have planted some other stuff in it, the water turns the color of the container, and I don't like that. I don't know if it's contaminated, but I went ahead and used them anyway. I do see tons of people using them. The other thing is this is what I use to fertilize, and so I use this bottle right here to spray everything. I gotta wipe it off, I got mud on it, and so I fill it up, and then I put a cap full. I don't measure, I just put a cap full of this fertilizer in there. And so I didn't fertilize these, these are being fertilized, and I'm glad to see that they are actually absorbing the water. So we now have to just wait on these trays to absorb the water. I'll probably just leave that water in there overnight, yeah, because there's plenty of water in there. And so I'm gonna get everything back under grow lights. The other thing is, I think in one of the videos I told you all that I didn't know what was going on with my celery. Well, my celery actually finally germinated. I took off the plastic. So I'm not sure whether or not celery likes humidity or not, but as soon as I took the plastic off and just set them to the side, let me show you all. So I'll stick stuff up here that I'd be like, I'm gonna give up on, or I'm not sure, because I'm gonna use this soil. But here's the germination. I stuck them right here. I took off the plastic from on top of them, and sure enough, like the next day we had germination. So I don't know what was up with that. I think that's all I'm gonna do on tonight as I continue to look around. I don't think that I've done a lot, and I'm happy about what I've accomplished, because there's still much needed up potting. These seedlings are going to be moving to my shed, because our forecast is looking up. So our forecast is looking like the 50s and even a 60-day, but the nights are only going to be like drop down to like maybe the 30s. Anyways, I have a whole setup in there. I'll take you along for that process. But I think I got a lot done already. But I do want to get as much stuff up potted before I move everything out into the shed. And so that's my goal. So I think that's it. Thank you for being here for this randomness. But there's much to be done, and we are getting it done. And do you need water? When the top looks dry like that, I think it's a particular soil, because I don't know, but I'm gonna sit that in a tray. Don't these look so good? These are my hollyhocks. They just look in the back of a button. They just look so good. I'm so proud of those. Anyways, yeah, thank you for being here. So I think I figured out the problem, the drying out. They don't need to be that close to the light anymore. And so I took the boxes that were propping these particular seedlings up. I took them off. These ones are doing okay because this light is different, but I might take this box out too. That will neaten it up even more over here. And so I think they're gonna do better. They don't need to be that close to those lights anymore. I hope that makes sense. They were drying them out, and that's why the top looks so dry, but I do not want them to kill my seedlings. I've come too far to deal with dead seedlings dying because they're too close to the light. Okay, the last thing I have to just move over here are those asters, and there's a cozy space from the right here. I'm gonna find a tray. Do I have any more trays? I have that long tray. I'm trying to see. I thought I had another tray to actually put them in. Maybe I use them all up, but I can actually leave them in that little tray that I have them in and just stick them over here. Oh, here goes a tray. Oh, that I will probably need for something else. And there's space in this tray, and there's space in here. All right, let me just go get them. So I left them in this round, the round thing or whatever, the plastic, and I just left those 7 in there, and I put one up here because it was just a little tight. But this one already doesn't need any more water. There's still water in there. But guys, I save everything. Me and my daughter, we eat I don't know if anyone else eats this, let me know in the comments, but we eat seaweed, and they come in these packets right here. And so you can use these as humidity domes. There's a little water in them because I was thinking about just sitting a couple in there. You can use them as a tray. You can use them to just plant up in, to start your seedlings in. I wouldn't put holes in them because I would just transplant the seedlings, but you can do them use them for all type of things. I got everything put back. I think we're good. I keep saying that and then I find something else to do. But I think we're good. So excited. Still much more to start, but we're good.